It's time to reveal my NFL Week 9 picks. My strive for perfection will be attempted once again. With how things are going, I can't even speak right, so that's speaking volumes towards my demise, possibly, or is it just a minor hiccup to get me over the hump? Nonetheless, I'm going to make my picks and see how well I do. Perfection is the goal in mind. So, Thursday night action. We got two gritty football teams. The Tennessee Titans go play the Pittsburgh Steelers. Uncertain of whether Kenny Pickett will play or not. This is going to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker, physical, hard-hitting, pulse-pounding defensive battle. A lot of people enjoy watching those offensive, high-scoring, no defense type of games. But I really like watching two teams just grind it out, battle for field position, and each and every play matters more than the last. With that said, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to grit it out and get the victory against the Tennessee Titans and maybe knock down Will Levis, who was impressive in his debut for the Titans. I think the Steelers will get the upper hand because this week he's going to play a team that's going to be relentless, apply a lot of pressure, and force them to make some tough decisions that may result in turnovers. So, I'm saying the Pittsburgh Steelers get the win. That is my pick for Thursday night. Now we hit the early morning Sunday games, and unfortunately, this one is going to be a pretty good game. We got the Miami Dolphins going to play the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead. Both offenses looking very dominant, even though the Chiefs had a very bad game last week against the Broncos. I think it's their time to bounce back. Punish the Dolphins defense maybe. They need to get back to the standard. And if Taylor Swift's at that game, I'm betting on the Chiefs for sure. I'm picking the Chiefs just because they had such a poor outing last week that they're going to get back on track here and beat a tough Dolphins team who's been able to score a lot of points, but they're playing a team above 500, and we know they've looked mediocre every time they've done so. That pattern is going to continue as the Kansas City Chiefs will win at Arrowhead and bounce back after a very tough loss last week. And the Atlanta Falcons host the Minnesota Vikings, who are without Kirk Cousins for the first time officially this game. He will not start, obviously. Torn Achilles, he's not coming back this year. So Joshua Dobbs they brought in through trade, so let's see if he's the man to play. But either way, I think the Atlanta Falcons, Ridder has definitely not been the guy, but Tyler Heinicke, he's a guy that could win you some football games. I think he comes out and gives this Atlanta Falcons offense some juice, and they get their run pass game going, and they get the win here, and they're going to beat the Vikings at home and continue their impressive season. Kind of a team everyone underestimated, but they are playing tough. They're young and talented. They're going to showcase that again as they're going to beat the Minnesota Vikings. And the Seattle Seahawks go to Baltimore, which ought to be a battle. Two teams vying for top spots in their division. I think Seattle, I'm picking the Seahawks underdog here. They go on the road. They have a tough defense. They could run the football, and I think they use those and utilize that to victory, handling Lamar Jackson and the boys who sometimes become one-dimensional. I picked against them in the past and it's backfired, but I'm picking against them again. Seahawks will get this victory on the road, which will be impressive nonetheless. And Arizona Cardinals will go to Cincinnati to play the Cleveland Browns. This is a game, who knows who's going to play quarterback for either team. I don't know if Kyler Murray's back and ready to play for the Cardinals because they traded Joshua Dobbs. Maybe that's a positive sign. And the Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson, is he going to be 100% ready to go, or PJ Walker going to step in and perform, which he has done a great job. He knows you just got to not get any flat tires, stay on the road, stay on the path, and they will win this game. I think the Browns just too balanced of a team, too much talent. Even though the Arizona Cardinals put up a lot of fight, but if Kyler Murray's coming back, they may lose that mojo they had as being that tough, gritty team. So the Browns will get the job done at home and maintain their success and still stay eligible for the playoffs. And the Rams are going to go to Green Bay to play the Packers, who are struggling, not looking like a good football team. And I think this is the Rams' time to turn it around. They've had some tough losses. This is their chance to bounce back after they just got blown up. So they're just going to take it out on the Packers, and they're going to get the victory here. They just still got the players to make it happen. They're going to make it happen on the road. Sean McVay, most teams bounce back after getting blown out. So I see the Rams getting the job done here. I'm picking them to win. And we move forward. The Tampa Bay Bucks will go play the Houston Texans. This is an intriguing game. Both these teams about comparable as far as talent and how their seasons have fared. Both are sitting at 500. The Texans are 3-4. The Buccaneers right on the verge. One of these teams is going to get back to 500, and I think it's going to be the Houston Texans. Just too talented. C.J. Stroud, he's kind of taking a step back after his quick start, but still looking like a great quarterback for the future of this Houston Texans team. And they get the victory here, and they're going to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who kind of are up and down. They have playmakers. Sometimes they make them, sometimes they don't. I don't think they're going to make the plays this time. The Texans are going to win, get to 500. And the New England Patriots are going to host the Washington Commanders. Interesting game, but I think it's a trap game for the Commanders because they played so tough last week. Battled the Eagles, went toe-to-toe with them. They're about ready for a letdown as the New England Patriots are going to scheme it up, find a way to shut down Sam Howell, and they're going to generate just enough offense to salvage what little bit of a season they have and get a rare victory for the New England Patriots, which has been what a struggle for them all year, but I think they get it done at home. And they beat this Commanders team and kind of show a little hope for the future. And the New Orleans Saints will host the Chicago Bears. Not sure if Justin Fields is going to play, but I don't really think it's going to make much of a difference because the New Orleans Saints, good week for them last week. They got a lot of points, got a lot of offense. Let's see if they can continue that back-to-back weeks. I'm betting on it. I think they can. Derek Carr will be slinging the ball around, making plays once again. The Saints will march and win this football game. I keep picking them, and I'm going to keep on picking them. They're going to win this game at home. And the Indianapolis Colts go to play the Carolina Panthers. I think the Colts kind of take a step back after that tough loss, and to get back to their roots, they're going to start running that football. They got two good running backs with Moss and Taylor, and they just feed that two-headed monster. It's going to be too much for the Carolina Panthers. And Bryce Young, they're going to be putting a lot of pressure on him, forcing maybe some mistakes, but either way, the Indianapolis Colts are going to win this football game, get back on track after a tough loss last week at home. And the New York Giants go to play the Las Vegas Raiders, which just cleared house. They fired Josh McDaniels. They fired their GM, Ziegler. And I think they're going to come out. Their offense is going to score some points. Antonio Pierce, the former linebacker, now interim head coach. Well, he was a former player. I think he was their linebackers or defensive coordinator. I think they come out, they rally together because they've had a lot of player meetings already, but they get the win here against the Giants team who's looking to find their way, and they just can't find any path. I think Daniel Jones might be ready to play, but one thing that's been solid for this Raiders team is their defense. So I think they generate some offense now. Davante Adams finally gets some passes his way, which is well deserved. He's one of the best in the business, and they get the win. So the Raiders beat the Giants. I'm calling that one. And the Eagles host the Dallas Cowboys. Game of the week. Bragging rights for the NFC East. Who will prevail? I'm saying the home team prevails here. Cowboys had a big-time win last week, but they're going to get hit with some humble pie, and they're going to find they have some weaknesses and are not untouchable. The Eagles are going to expose that. But their well-balanced offense, solid defense, they're going to come out, and they're going to fight, and they're going to win, and they're going to get it done. The Cowboys back to the drawing board. The Eagles will be the clear #1 team in the NFC East after they get the victory here at the Lincoln Financial Field. And Sunday night action, the Buffalo Bills play the Cincinnati Bengals. This has been a playoff rivalry, just a rivalry in general. Both these teams, potential Super Bowl contenders at the end of the year, will battle it out. I'm calling this one's going to be a low-scoring, gritty game. Both quarterbacks are going to showcase their abilities, but I think Joe Burrow, they're clicking right now. They're going to edge one out against these Buffalo Bills. If I have to make a prediction for a score, I'm thinking the Team who gets it last wins, which would be the Bengals. They'll get it. They'll march down the field, kick a field goal to seal the victory, 17-14. So Cincinnati Bengals get the win. That's what I'm saying here. And to wrap it up, Monday night action, we got the Chargers playing the Jets. After last week, a gritty win for the Jets. Respect for them. They played hard. No offense. Still got the win. And the Chargers offense looks like getting back to their normal selves. Even though I've had a lot of injuries, but the playmakers are starting to make plays. They're starting to find some guys that want to play. And I think the Chargers are just going to be too much. Even though this Jets defense is one of the best in the league, Chargers are going to generate enough offense to secure the victory because the Jets offense just can't find a rhythm or a way. So Chargers will get it done. They'll bounce back, put some pressure on this Chiefs team who's showing that they are human. They're not the juggernaut they once were. So all the teams in the AFC West are starting to push back, maybe show a little fight, maybe give the Chiefs a little fight in this division. But let's get away from the AFC West. Monday night, Chargers are going to beat the Jets. Even though the Jets defense is one of the best in the league, the Chargers are just too much for them to handle. So let's see if I could get perfection. I'm hoping for the best. One of these weeks is bound to happen. And maybe this is the week. Other than that, you guys enjoy your week. Kick back. Eat a lot of Halloween candy. I know you gotta, if you're dad, pay your dad tax. Get all the candy you could eat because, kids, they don't like everything. You're going to take care of whatever they don't like. Nonetheless, have a great week. I'll see you guys with maybe the perfect record. Maybe not, but time will tell.